Hey, what's going on, y'all? Hey, so today we're going to be going over a list of the consumer reporting agencies according to the CFPB, which is the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. Let's get to it. All right, so we're on the CFPB website. I'll put this link in the description. So, list of consumer reporting companies. Use this list to help you take advantage of your right to review the information in your consumer reports and dispute possible inaccuracies with companies as needed. So, this is going to contain a list of all the industries that report your consumer report or that screens your consumer report and sells your information, basically. Yeah, it's a few of them. It's not just Equifax, Transunion, and Experian. They actually gather your information from these companies. All right, so everything that I'm going to talk about today is going to come from this website, either from here or the PDF. All right, so let's get to it. The list includes the three nationwide consumer reporting companies, Equifax, Transunion, and Experian, and several other reporting companies that focus on creating consumer reports for certain industries. Market areas included on this list. You got your nationwide consumer reporting companies. That's the big three that we all know about. They keep all kind of information as far as your name, address, past addresses, employers, past employers, collections, bankruptcies, inquiries, past due accounts, late payments, everything. They keep everything on there, but they get all this information from these lower screeners. A couple things I want to touch on before we move on from the nationwide consumer reporting companies, though. So until the end of 2023, that's December 31st, 2023, you're able to get your consumer report from the big three once weekly, whereas before you can only get one every 12 months. But now, at this moment, you're able to get one report once weekly. And until, even after the end of this year, until 2026, you'll be able to get your Equifax report because of the 2017 data breach that happened. So just make sure you utilize that and get all your consumer reports. Make sure you're matching it up, making sure everything is 100% accurate. So for service members, these three agencies will provide free credit monitoring service to active duty and National Guard members. This is really good. And the reason it was amended is because a lot of us soldiers experience identity theft. I experienced it when I was deployed my first time. This will notify you of key changes to your report, gives you constant access to your report, tell you about fraud alerts, and you'll have up to $25,000 in insurance coverage for certain victims of identity theft. So I'll have those links in the description. Also, I guess since we're talking about that, know that you can freeze and unfreeze these three consumer reports free of charge at your will. Like, as soon as you get your consumer, this is what I did. As soon as I got my consumer reports to a level where I wanted them, I just froze them. And when I want to use them, I unfreeze them. When I want to use them again, when I'm not using them, I just freeze them. And when I want to use it, I unfreeze it. I do my research. I know if I'm trying to get a car or whatever, I know what lender, I know what consumer reporting agency that lender uses. So I unfreeze it. Then when I'm done, I freeze it back, then dispute that inquiry. So let's go on. You got your employment screening next. Employment screening companies provide verification information such as credit history, employment, salary, and education and professional verification to employers and others. So others include like nonprofit, volunteer organizations, and governmental agencies to verify employment income to determine if you're eligible for like government assistance. So they provide like residential history and social security number verification, criminal arrest, and conviction information, like stuff like that. A few of these companies are Accurate Background, ADP Screening, and Selection. hold on, my notes fail. And Selection Services Incorporation, backgroundchecks.com, Checker, etc. So those are a ton of them. Make sure you go ahead and if you have anything going on that involves getting your background checked and you feel like you have some stuff on your background, make sure you're getting these reports from these companies so you can make sure everything matches up. If anything is inaccurate, make sure you're disputing even with these companies because they are consumer report agencies as well. So they all fall under the FCRA. So then you got your tenant screening. Tenant screening companies provide reports to landlords, property management companies, and others. If you are applying as a tenant for residential property, a tenant screening report with negative information in it, such as past due rent or prior housing evictions, could result in a rejected lease application or a lease with tough conditions. So these tenant screening, they pretty much, they can mess you up because they can make it where you pay months of additional rent in advance, or they make it where you have a high security deposit. So definitely, if you get rejected as a tenant for residential property or conditionally accepted, and certain conditions like requiring a co-signer or having a larger down payment or whatever the condition is, the landlord or management company must provide you with an adverse action notice, which includes the names of the consumer report agencies use to make that decision. So once you get that, go get you a report from them, request your consumer file from them, see if everything matches up, then dispute it. So yeah, that's that. So if you are rejected, a couple of those are AM Rent, Screening Reports Incorporation, and Rent Grow Incorporation. You'll want to check this out a little more. Just go to the PDF. They have the rest of the names in there. And you can get that information. Check and bank account screening. So check and bank account screening companies collect and report data on checking account applications, openings, and closures, as well as check screening services like check verification. So check screening reports are used by credit unions and banks to see if they want to cash your checks or let you open a checking account or not. For example, if you had a negative account closed by the bank or were suspected of fraud related to the account, these could be things that get you denied that you need to dispute. So go to these companies, request a report, request your report, see if everything matches up and dispute it using the FCRA first. A few of these companies are Certegy Payment Solutions, LLC, Check Systems Incorporation, Telecheck Services, and there are a few more of them too. Just go to this PDF and you'll be able to see a full list of them. All right. Personal property insurance. Personal property insurance reporting companies collect and report information on consumers' home and auto and personal property. So they basically provide reports to help their clients with everything from underwrite policies and investigate insurance claims. They do traffic violation data, pretty much anything that helps with the underwriting process. They get their information from public sources and governmental agencies. So a few of these would be LexisNexis Clue. Clue is the Comprehensive Laws of Underwriting Exchange. Insurance Information Exchange, IIX, and A Plus Property by Verisk. So then you have your medical consumer reporting companies share information on your medical data if you authorize the release of your medical records to an insurance company. So something that you should definitely understand if you have medical information on your consumer report is the Health Insurance Portability and Accountability Act, which is known as HIPAA. HIPAA was started in 1996. So you can find this act under 42 USC subchapter I, administration and miscellaneous provisions, or they tell you that the short title is 42 USC 201, but it just takes you to the congressional findings basically. So a few of these companies that report medical information are MIB Corporation and Milliman Intellect Script. So definitely check those out. Go to that PDF and get the list. They have the websites to all these companies as well that I'm talking about. So so it's easier just to go to it, click on it, and get your reports so you can start requesting, see if everything matches up. If not, if anything's incorrect, go ahead and dispute it. If everything matches up, um, later on, I guess we can get into some other stuff that may not match up. So then you could dispute it that way using other laws. But right now, we're just talking about using the FCRA 15 USC 1681I, which is the process to start your investigation. So low income and subprime. Let's go. Low income and subprime reporting companies provide consumer information to companies that market and sell products and services to specifically to lower income consumers and credit applications with impaired credit records. So they collect information on like payday loans, installment loans, auto loans, and leasing. So like checking, cashing services, rent to own type of transactions. A few of these companies are Factor Trust, DataX, Clarity Service, and there are a couple more. So just go to that PDF in the description. Well, the PDF not gonna be in the description, but the link to this will be in the description. So just go to that PDF and you can get the full list of these companies. So if you have any of those type of loans or anything, definitely make sure you know which consumer reporting companies are reporting your information so you can go and get a copy of their consumer report, see what doesn't match up, and then freeze their ass. Then you got your supplementary reports. The information that some consumer reporting companies sell is used to supplement other data, such as the credit data nationwide consumer reporting companies sell about you. So this information can include public records and ID verification data to help firms manage credit and fraud risk. This is where your CoreLogic credit code, your Innovis, your LexisNexis, your Risk Solutions, your SageStream, your Advanced Resolution Services. This is where all them companies come into place that you hear about on YouTube from everybody. They do supplementary reports on consumers. So definitely go to that link so you can get their website so you can request your free copy from them and then start freezing their ass. But first, dispute what's on there so you can get it off. Then freeze them. I mean, you can freeze them while you're doing your dispute with the main three. That way they can't go to them and get information, even if you have stuff on there. So just make sure you're utilizing your rights and know your rights and know where to get it from. The CFPB is a very good and credible site because it's the Consumer Financial Protection Bureau. They govern the consumer reporting agencies. Consumer reporting agencies as far as all these companies, including the big three. All right, let's keep it moving. Then you got your utilities. These companies collect information associated with telecommunications, pay TV, and utility, electric, gas, water services to help companies in these industries manage customer relations. I got to keep it down because I think I just got too loud and I heard a yeah. Anyways. Let's keep it moving. Let me turn my camera on. So I only got one that was listed with the utilities company. So the National Consumer Telecom of Utilities Exchange, which is NCTUE. Definitely check them out and see if you request your report. If you have anything utility-wise hurting your consumer report. So retail. These companies collect information related to retail product return and suspected exchange, fraud, and abuse. Only one I found on this is the retail equation. So definitely check them out if you have anything retail on your consumer report that you need to, that was suspected as fraud or anything, go there and dispute it. Then you have your retail. These companies collect information related to retail product returns and suspected exchange, fraud, and abuse. And so if you have anything like that on your consumer report, you go to the retail equation. That was the only one I was able to find with retail. That was the only company. So definitely hit that PDF and go to the website. Then you have your gaming, finally. These companies share consumer data associated with check cashing, settlement services to assist gaming establishments such as casino and racetracks with risk management. So A couple of these companies are NCC, which is National Credit Check Incorporation, and VIP Preferred. So if you have any gaming type of stuff on your consumer report, that's where you would start with and request your reports from them to see if everything matches up so you can start disputing. Hey, so just know you have the right under the Fair Credit Reporting Act to dispute anything if you suspect it to be inaccurate, incomplete, or unverifiable. Make sure you know that. 15 U.S.C., you can find the whole index under 15 U.S.C. subchapter 3. Then you go to 1681I is the procedure in case of disputed accuracy. And there you have it. Make sure you know these. Go to it, read it, understand it. If this is your first time, go here, start in your definitions, know who you are, know who they are, understand your rights. Go to the congressional findings, understand why Congress enacted these acts, and then get to it. It's your responsibility. It's our responsibility to teach it to our kids. So we got to know this. If you're a youngster and you're here, good job. You have a responsibility. No matter what field you're in, learn your field. There's 54 U.S. Titles. Everything is in here. Whatever field you're in, find it. Learn it. Master it. Start your business. You'll be the subject matter expert for sure. Definitely need the experience, but yeah. And that's neither here nor there. I'm just babbling right now. But yeah, 15 U.S.C. 1681 I is the procedure in case of disputed accuracy. So this is where you start your case. This is where you start your dispute. They have 30 days to respond to you. Unless you send some additional information, then they have an extra 15 days. In that 30 days, when they respond, they'll either tell you it's frivolous, it was unverifiable and inaccurate, and they'll give you a notice. Or they verified it. It's no other choice. Anything else is a violation. So yeah, get to it, learn your rights. All right, holla at me. Sorry, I'm just babbling right now. I got a little time. I might make another video real quick. So stay in tune. Stay tuned. I'll let you boy.